Are you considering virtual reality training, but hung up on the potential cost for your organization? If you answered yes, you're not alone. That's why today we're talking about how you can mitigate your VR training costs and implement the most successful program for your employees. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Nick Day from Roundtable Learning. I've worked with organizations across the globe to implement virtual reality training programs that best fit their needs and their budgets. Since it can be overwhelming to budget for a new immersive learning program, we're here to help you by providing these 5 ways that you can streamline your VR training costs and gain project approval. Let's get started. When we have a client that is new to VR training, we often recommend that they begin with a pilot program. While your pilot program is not as robust as a full-scale training program, it is an effective way to get started with VR training at a relatively low investment. A pilot program is a great way to get started because you can learn about the process of developing VR content, test to see if the technology is received well by your learners, figure out if your learning objectives can be met with virtual reality, and see if the VR training is scalable for your business needs. If your VR training pilot program is successful, you now have a foundation for your full-scale VR training program. You can add branch learning, invest in more headsets, and expand your learning activities. There are many options when it comes to your VR training hardware, from the many brands of headsets to completely different ways of accessing training content. This is a great area to really evaluate your budget and your needs. Let's review all of the options you have to access VR training. First, you have a traditional VR headset that usually comes with a set of controllers. These will be your most expensive option, but comes with all the capabilities and software access you'll need. Then you'll have a hard plastic headset. This can actually fit your smartphone. These headsets don't have the option to use controllers, but they can be pretty durable and cost effective. You can also use a smartphone in a cardboard VR headset. These are going to be the least expensive option and can even be custom branded, but they have the most limited life cycle. If you're looking for alternatives to headsets altogether, your employees can access VR training by either holding up a smartphone or navigating from a desktop computer. All of these are great options to fit any budget your organization may have. A big hurdle we see organizations fall into is expanding their project scope while it's being built. This is a very quick way to eat up your budget. We always recommend thoroughly determining your scope of work during the planning stage of your project. In doing so, your VR training provider can streamline the production process to save you money while filming and programming your activities. Some examples of streamlining costs include filming all of your 360-degree VR scenes in one day while on location. You can also film at your VR provider's office rather than traveling with equipment. Utilizing pre-made VR elements rather than custom building everything. Reusing full VR environments for multiple activities instead of designing new environments. If you and your VR training provider have a clear scope of work, they can help you find ways to streamline costs and maybe even your production timeline. Sometimes mitigating costs doesn't mean saving money. It can also mean showing your program's metrics and return on investment. An extended reality system is a digital platform that helps you to manage, deliver, and report on VR training content. Once you've identified your training goals and key performance indicators, an extended reality system reports on this data and helps determine your return on investment. In addition to tracking metrics, an extended reality system helps organizations scale their training, paving a viable path to a cost-effective program. The more learners your program can reach, the more cost-effective and impactful your investment may become. Something that we always try to do with our clients is help them take advantage of their internal resources. These resources could include in-house instructional designers or project management professionals, Unity developers or other software designers, in-house equipment, filming locations, or even using employees as actors, existing CAD drawings, blueprints, or schematics of products. Depending on your VR training vendor, you may be able to mitigate the cost of your VR training by getting your own team involved and utilizing resources you already have. Ultimately, VR training is a wise, cost-effective investment in your employees and the success of your organization. We understand that the cost of VR training can be intimidating, but hope that this video will help you mitigate some of your expenses. If you have any questions, reach out to us at any time. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for all things training and development.